it's taking him so long? He should already be here. You know what? I'm going to call him and see what's going on. Hey, where are you? I was expecting you home. What do you mean you're still at work? I already have dinner ready. I was expecting you here at 6 o'clock. Well, I realize that they want you to be there, but it's like always work takes priority over family. So frustrated by that. Fine. I will see you when you get home.
Welcome to this week's Marriage Matters Monday, where we're talking about the husband's need and desire to work and achieve. Now, what you saw was a real life situation that happened between Elizabeth and I many times over and over again, where I wound up working late for work and she wound up nagging me about it.
Oh, it used to frustrate me so much because, his commute at that time was probably about an hour each way with traffic. And it would just frustrate me that I would have the schedule all worked out, whether it was dinner or I was needing to go out to take care of something and expecting him to be home. And then he wouldn't show up or was wrapped up in work.
And what we discovered through all of this was that because of my position, and my personality type, I needed to be there so that the job was done and was done well. There was no one else that was going to be able to do what I needed to do. And so many times I wound up working late, and this came into conflict with what Elizabeth had planned for our home life after work was supposed to be done.
Yeah, so one of the things I want to encourage you ladies who are watching this, it's important for you to realize that God made man to work. When he created Adam, he put Adam to work immediately in the garden, this perfect ideal place, and he gave him work to do. And so it is in their nature to want to work. And to the extent that we respect that and we appreciate that will make a big difference in how your husband feels about really doing his job well, because in his mind, he's thinking, man, I want to do my job well because this is my means of providing for my family. And we need to be respectful of that and really make sure that we are not nagging our husbands to death regarding their work.
Now, there are several things that I also learned in this process. One of the biggest things was really looking at my work schedule and the things that were coming up, projects and so forth, so that I could anticipate those days when I would be working late. So before that day would happen, preferably early in the week or the week before, I could say, hey, Elizabeth, you know what? Next week on Tuesday, there's something that's going to keep me late. And I just want you to know that so that you don't plan for me to be there, or if you need me, that it's not on that particular day. I want to make sure that you understand my care for you. And so I am letting you know now that I won't be available at that time later.
So the key there being that we need to be appreciative and understanding, but we're also looking for our husbands to communicate what that's going to look like. And ultimately what we started doing is we started having business meetings on Sunday evenings of each week so that we could look at what was happening for that week and then often for the month or even for a 90-day period so that we could plan and adjust our schedules accordingly so that there weren't any surprises, or there were fewer surprises, because there are certain things that are going to come up that you can't control, but there were fewer surprises because we had done a better job of communicating what that looked like.
So a couple of key things to look at this week. For the guys, I want you to really look at your work week a week at a time and let your wife know what's going on so that she is secure in what you're doing. Because one thing that I've seen is that many times guys will almost make an idol out of work because we take pride in what we do. And it's not that I go looking for accolades and acknowledgement that I've done a great job, but I want the job to be done well so that people recognize that particular aspect of my contribution. So don't make work into an idol, and make sure that you're communicating that with your wife.
And one way, ladies, that you can help your husband in not making work an idol is making sure that you're doing your part as his suitable helper to affirm what he is doing for your family. by doing things like writing him a note and thanking him for the time that he's investing in his job, that the fact that he desires to be a good employee or a good boss or a good CEO, whatever he is doing, but really giving him that affirmation, helping him to know you respect the time and the energy and the talents and all of those things that he's investing to do well in that job. That goes a long way into making sure that he senses your respect over his need to work and to achieve in that environment.
And then while you're at work, guys, make sure that you take time, whether it's just 30 seconds, to send a text to your wife. Let her know that you thought about her during the day.
Yeah.
Or if you see that your day is going to go long, call her well ahead of time. Don't wait until she's calling you.
Mm-hmm.
You take the proactive stance and you let her know, tonight is going to be one of those nights. Or you could even do something like midway through the day when you see that you're going to get off work on time, call her or text her and let her know that you're looking forward to getting off from work to get back home with her.
Yeah, that always feels so good. One, because we feel like, man, you care enough about me to be proactive in that communication. So I agree with that. So there you have it for this week's Marriage Matters Monday. Really looking at, ladies, appreciating your man's desire to work and to achieve, verbalizing that, communicating that to him. And guys,
you just want to make sure that your wife knows that work is not your number one, that your relationship with your wife takes a substantial amount of priority over your job.
Man, we look forward to hearing your comments or really reading your comments below. Please feel free to share this video so that others are able to benefit. And we'll look forward to seeing you back here next week for Marriage Matters Monday.
All right, I think I got it.
What are you doing?
There's an ant pile out there. I need to take care of it.
Okay.